Hey, what's up guys, this is Izix. This week we're talking about the importance of binding correctly. I don't think a lot of people really pay attention to it when they're told that they shouldn't bind certain ways because they're not aware of the risk that come along with binding improperly or incorrectly. You really hurt yourself, and even if you don't hurt yourself as far as like bruising or breaking your ribs, you can scar yourself just depending on what route you go about. I do know, because I came to terms with my transition in doing drag. So as a drag king, I used to bind with duct tape before I started binding with the binder. I would duct tape, and tape does get you flush. It makes everything really flat, but at the same time the tape will cut you and you'll end up with cuts here or cuts there. There's been numerous times where my chest has ripped open in spots from the tape, and that was never a fun experience. That stuff actually really hurts pretty badly, so I don't recommend binding with tape. Ace bandages, you use those too tightly, you could bruise your ribs, you could break your ribs, so you just have to be really careful with doing any of that. I don't know if y'all have heard of point of pride. So binders is the safest way to bind. I prefer, I believe it is GC2B or G2CB. I always get it reversed, but that binder company makes the most comfortable, breathable binder that I came across. That was my brand of choice. As a bigger guy, it worked out better for me. It literally just binds you here in the chest. Even if you get the full tank, it just binds your chest. And from chest down, it's just like a t-shirt. So living in Texas where it's extremely hot, that was the most comfortable. It's a thin material, so you're not gonna sweat all day. And you can wear it for longer amount of time than other binders, or at least I was able to. The other binder that I had before switching to that brand, I could only wear about 7 to 8 hours before it started to bother me more. The brand that I had swapped to, I could wear like 16 hours and be fine. So working longer shifts at times where I have to work 12s, it was a lifesaver to just change brands. But if you can't afford a binder for some reason, Point of Pride has a donation, like a foundation donation. In other words, if you have binders that you no longer use, you could send it in to them and they'll donate it to guys who need it. If you're one of the guys who needs it, you could reach out to them at Point of Pride, and as they come in, those donations come in, they give back to the community, to the trans community, and ship it out to guys who can't afford it. That way they can bind properly. So that's something that you might want to look into if you're unable to afford a good binder, or you're binding improperly right now. This is a way around that. You know, binders, if you can't afford them, I know I was paying about 40 bucks, give or take, with shipping and all that. But like I said, if you can't afford it, Point of Pride, I do know will send you a binder. So look into that, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up. I am at work, so we'll see y'all next week.